Hey guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 here, along with...
Orb.
Yes, the orb. The big orbit. Anyways, so yeah, we got a special treat for this episode today because, yeah, look at this. Have you ever seen a radio like this before? It sounds like a car, like a British car maker. I will get to that in a minute. But for now, why don't we just dive right into this? Because in this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at a radio that is big, is chunky, has AM, FM, has weather, has a light on the side, and an SOS function, all in one bundle. And that radio is called the Jensen SRWS1000. Okay, the Jensen SRWS1000. So, yeah, how about that? This thing is absolutely massive. It's so big, this thing requires C batteries to operate on portable power. Something of which I don't have, unfortunately. Bitch.
Yes.
You suck. Anyways, let's take a look at the radio. So obviously it is made by Jensen. It says Jensen, all hazards emergency monitor. 1050 hertz only. It has a green backlight. You have all these buttons on the front for station presets, I believe. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 plus. You have your NOAA button. You have your tune down, tune up, and AM FM selector. On the top, you have your sleep button, your snooze/backlight button, and the alarm on or off button. And there's more buttons on this side too. You got the power button to turn the radio on, you got the display to change the display and such, because there is a lot of features on this radio. You got the message indicator, you got the county and channel selector, and then you have set. So yeah. And this is how you set the time, pretty much. So let's do that right now because it's admittedly bugging the shit out of me. So today's April 13th, and that is not the right time. It is 11. Come on. 51 AM. Let's go ahead and set it. It's going to turn 11:52 here in a couple seconds. In like 10 seconds. So at 10 seconds I'm going to... Oops. There. There we go. And yeah, I forgot to mention, this radio does have a temperature sensor, but we'll get to that very soon. So, why don't we get to the first feature on the Jensen, and that would be the Siren. Okay, the Siren on the Jensen SRWS1000. So, let's go ahead and watch one of Mitchell's videos on his alternate channel, BenjiCat33. So let's watch it. He has a video of this radio going off. for the RWT. And like I said, there's only one type of siren on this radio because it's 1050 hertz activated. So yeah, let's watch his aesthetic intro before the siren starts, because yeah, he does this to all his videos. Aesthetic! There's the Jensen, which I'm holding. It's right here. This is the same one. And here's the siren. I guess he just left it there. Did he? Oh no. As soon as I say that, here comes his finger.
Weather in the area on Wednesday. The test is postponed until the next.
That's the siren on the Jensen. It sounds like a giant HH50 or an HH51, because the way the siren just wails like that, yeah, that's literally HH50 vibes. But yeah, that is the siren on the Jensen, and it sounds very, very old, which is to be expected because, yeah, Jensen. But the thing with that is, at least you get an iconic sound when you use this damn thing, because to tell you the truth, that's actually a pretty cool sounding siren, and it's old-fashioned as well. But
Sounds like your mom.
bruh. Wow. I could say something, but I won't.
Say it later.
Okay. But, yeah. Why don't we get to the next feature on the Jensen? And that would be the fact that it has a temperature sensor right here. Let's get to that. Did you think it had one? Okay, the temperature sensor on the Jensen SRWS1000. So right here you can clearly see that it's reading 72.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Indoor temperature, I should say, because the temperature sensor is actually right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. Right here. That black dot next to the screen is the temperature sensor. That's what's detecting it. For instance, and it doesn't detect like outdoor temperature, and it only reacts to like heat in the room, or with like if you rub it like this, like a bunch of friction, the temperature will get higher, obviously, because yeah, the temperature sensor is literally right there, and I'd imagine that it's going to do a new reading soon. So yeah. Also, the backlight literally only lasts for like 2 seconds, and I have to keep pressing it. That's stupid. Way to go, Jensen. But on the temperature sensor, you can also display your maximum and minimum record temperatures. Like, so far the max temperature is 73.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The lowest was 69.5. And it's about to turn noon. So, yay. Up, see what I mean? It just went up to 78 degrees from rubbing it with my thumb earlier. Because the temperature sensor right here is literally sensitive like that. But, if I may, hang on a sec. You can also change the temperature sensor to Fahrenheit or Celsius. So if I wanted to change it to Celsius, I can just set it to Celsius. And then if I go to display, it shows the maximum record temperature is 26 degrees Celsius or 21 degrees Celsius for the minimum. But it does have that option to change it to Celsius, or centigrade as some people call it, or Fahrenheit. But we live in America, damn it. So this is Fahrenheit. And now let's get into another useful feature that this radio has, and it's actually related to the Radio Shack 12-255 in a way. Because have you noticed the display on this thing? It looks like a Radio Shack 12-255. Why don't we look at the display? Okay, the display on the Jensen SRWS1000. And just to prove my point, here's my 12-255 right back here. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean now? It's literally just like a Radio Shack 255 or 255.
It was sunny.
Hey, Recon.
5 degrees.
But, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The display on the Jensen is literally just like the Radio Shack 12-255. In a way, at least. Because it does show the time down here, the temperature right here. But except on the 255, it just displays the outdoor and indoor temperature on the bottom. And then the clock on top. And the top is dot matrix, and the bottom is digital. So it's really like the 255. The only difference, really, is that the 255 doesn't have the days of the week on the bottom. It literally says Monday, Tuesday, which is today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It literally says the days of the week on the bottom of the display, like a mini calendar. It doesn't actually display the calendar, but it can display the date, as we have demonstrated already. But there's also several options you can do with the display. You can show the alarm time, the temperature sensor, the maximum temperature, as we've reviewed already, the minimum temperature. So yeah, this display has a lot of improvements over its previous models, and holy crap, this thing is hard to turn. This volume knob is hard to turn. Yeah. The display on the Jensen is actually pretty intuitive for those who want to use it. Like, it's a business radio. It's a business radio. That's what it is. Also, I should mention... Yes. Also, I should mention, for some reason, they literally copied Oregon Scientific with their channel numbers. Or letters, I should say. Because literally, NOAA Weather Radio is literally set as channel A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just like the Oregon Scientific. It's not channels 1 through 7, it's just A to G. Which is, yeah, like I said, very unusual. So why don't you, why don't you copy Oregon Scientific while you're at it, and maybe Radio Shack like you just did low-key with the display. But, yeah, the display is actually pretty intuitive. So why don't we get into the next feature, and this is probably something that you would not expect to see on a desktop radio. This thing has a compass on the back. What? No way. No way.
What?
I just turned the radio around, and I see another company name that's strikingly familiar.
Which one?
So, you guys were behind this. You were behind this. Distributed by Spectra Merchandising International Incorporated. Spectra made this thing? They made this thing? The same people who made the First Alert SFA 1150 and the SFA 1135 reviewed in season 9? They did this? They did this? That would explain why some of the new radios, like the SFA 1150, has been rebranded and turned into Jensen, because Spectra owns it. Now I know why. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Hang on a sec. I gotta show Mitchell this running snail ripoff. Yeah, fucking Jensen. Jensen! But, yeah, I'm in shock. Again, Spectra made this. What the hell? The compass comes off? Okay, so it's a removable compass. Okay, I did not realize that. I thought it was attached to the radio, but it's not. The compass can actually be removed. So this is the compass for the Jensen SRWS1000. Tiny little thing. But before I get into the compass, I'm going to say something. I'm telling Mitchell that this is made by Spectra. Yeah, yeah, I told him. It's once you see this video, he will see what I mean. Yeah, it's a Spectra. This thing is Spectra made this thing. They did it. Jensen is just one of their subdivisions. This thing is a Spectra. But yeah, that's why the new SFA1150, which was made for a short time, was rebranded by Jensen. That makes sense now. But anyways, yeah, the compass on the Jensen SRWS1000. So let's get into it. So yeah, this is actually a very tiny little compass, and you can see it has a little diagram here of notches. It's a clear plastic piece, obviously, and then you have your compass right up here. And then there's the stuff right down there. But yeah, this is the compass. Let's see how effective it is. So I'm going to hold it like this and just walk this direction right here. This is south. Let's see if it says south. Oh my God. It's actually working. It's actually working. This direction is south. This is south. And it's reading it perfectly. So the compass still works. Let's try north. This is north. Let's try it. Let's see if it picks up north. Wow. How about that? This radio is old, so I'm surprised that the compass still works, but then again, compasses and radios are very different. And as we've said before, this is east, and that's west, where my computer's pointing. This is west, this is east, this is north, this is south. So yeah, the compass actually works, and if you need a compass to take along with you, like if you're traveling or hiking or whatever, you'll never get lost, because this compass is small but effective. Unless you happen to have an iPhone with the compass app on it. But technology isn't always reliable. But literally, look at this. It works. Unbelievable. Yeah, look. It says west on here. And it says west on here on this phone. So I'm looking west. Although I'm looking at a wall. But this is the west corridor of my room. So I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to put the compass back inside the radio. So yeah, that's the compass. Why don't we get into the next feature, and that would be the flashlight. Okay, the flashlight on the Jensen SRWS1000. This flashlight is actually different than other flashlights because it's actually not an LED. It's a small incandescent light bulb. It's not an LED. How can I prove this, you might ask? Well, simple. Maybe if it'll focus. There we go. Look, there's the light bulb. There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. There we go. See that? It's a tiny little incandescent bulb. It's almost like a flashlight light bulb, but like you would see on your Rayovac flashlight or something back in the day. But yeah, you can see it's a small incandescent bulb. It's not an LED, because if it was an LED, it would not have this shade of coloring, and it would not have that ray of light in the middle. So yeah, just like regular light bulbs, it can burn out. And luckily this one hasn't. And considering the age of this radio, that's surprising. And it also has an SOS light as well. It flashes in the SOS pattern. But yeah, the flashlight still works, and I'm proud of that. I'm happy that it still works. Because that, honestly, you don't see a radio with a flashlight that has an incandescent light bulb. Granted, this one right here is an LED bulb, but I can just, let me turn that off. So yeah, that's the flashlight on the Jensen. That's really cool, actually. This is my first time seeing a radio with a flashlight that has an incandescent bulb instead of an LED bulb. So this is a first. Damn. So, why don't we get into the next feature, and that would be the S.O.S Alarm right here. Getting some Eton FRX 3, I think. No, it doesn't have an S.O.S Alarm, never mind. I know the FR600 does. But yeah, we're getting some FR600 vibes from this episode already. The S.O.S Alarm on the Jensen SRWS1000. So to engage it, you just press this button right below the flashlight button right here. That's it.
That shit sounds like a fire alarm.
It does. You know what? Just freaking because. Let's do 2.
Ring. My suffering. Please. I beg you.
Okay, that's actually... This thing's on low battery, so I have to keep cranking it again. Damn FR600 with its shit battery life! My arm is starting to hurt! Thanks, Eton, you suck! Okay, I can't do it anymore. My arm hurts. Thanks, Eton. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, that's the S.O.S Alarm. For some reason, the way it sounded together made it sound like a fucking Federal Signal or something. Like an EOWS. I don't know why, but it just did. So, why don't we get to the next feature on the Jensen? And that would be the speaker quality. Okay, so I need batteries for this. So, forgive me, but I need to do some redneck style stuff. Yeah, because this fucking thing, I believe, needs 6 C batteries. Does it? Does it? Oh, wait. Is it 4? Oh, it's 4. Okay, well then. I only got 1 more to go. Perfect. Okay. I got the scanner on, so if anybody else comes on, you'll hear them.
Beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
I never thought I would have to be doing this for a fucking Jensen. A Jensen. There we go. So far, hopefully these batteries will work. Because they are literally the same height and voltage as C batteries. And more stuff through the scanner. I just need a couple more strips of tape and I should be good to go. I think this should be good. Now I gotta flatten it out. Wow, no way. What the hell? Did I actually get this method to work? You are kidding. Wait. The question is, does it... Does it work on battery power, though?
Let's see.
Oh my god! Oh my god, it actually works! Oh my god! It actually works! Oh my god! I just did a redneck improvement and it made the radio work on batteries! Oh my god! That's the first time I've ever done that! And it actually paid off. Well, shit. Let's get to the speaker quality then. Okay. So there's that. Holy shit. That is cool. Okay. The speaker quality on the Jensen SRWS1000 with redneck batteries. Literally, redneck batteries. Okay, the volume button's hard to turn.
This transmitter is serving the mountains of western North Carolina. The current time is 12:33
Turn, you
Eastern
bitch.
Daylight Time. This is the North Carolina and Foothills Report, which includes the high and low temperatures for the 24-hour period ending around 7 a.m. this morning. No rain fell at any of the following locations during the past 24 hours. Beach Mountain, the high was 57 and the low 41. Boone, the high was 67, the low 38. Bryson, the city, the high was 76 and the low 43. Flat Springs, the high was 66 and the low 47.
So the speaker quality is actually, it's actually pretty good on the Jensen. So now we must get to the next feature, and that would be the reception. Let's get to that. Okay, the reception on the Jensen SRWS1000. So let's turn on NOAA.
58 and the low 52. Mount Mitchell, the high was 55 and the low forecast for Rock Hill and vicinity. Today, sunny. Highs around 80. Northwest winds around 5. Clouds. Monday, mostly sunny. An hour. Sunny. And falling. Elsewhere.
So the reception indoors is okay, but let's try outdoors. So, Orbit, I will be right back, and I'm gonna film the outdoor reception. Okay, we are outside with the Jensen SRWS1000 to test the outdoor reception, so let's do that.
Partly cloudy until midnight, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the lower 40s. Saturday, partly sunny. Highs in the lower 60s with a temperature of 65 at Hickory and 68 at Statesville. At Greensboro, it was cloudy, a temperature of 65. In South Carolina, it was sunny with a temperature of 70. Greenville, Spartanburg, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain. Lows in the mid-40s.
We better do this quick.
Saturday, partly sunny. Highs around 70. The dew point 45 and the relative humidity 36%. The wind was north at 6 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.12 inches and rising. Originating from your National Weather Service office in Morristown, Tennessee. Synopsis, increasing.
Wow, so the reception out here is actually quite good. So overall, I'd say the reception is great. So yeah, perfect. Why don't we get into the next feature? We got to go back inside for this because the batteries I made are very low. And yeah, let's just go back inside to do the AM FM capabilities. How about this for redneck ingenuity? I mean, they work. No harm, no foul. That's all we have. Or had. Also, fun fact about the battery cover. It's a screw lock. It's like you have to unscrew it. And also, I just noticed this. This is a spare bulb for the flashlight. Because I told you it was a incandescent bulb. I'm not going to take it off because yeah, that's a spare light bulb. So I'm just going to put the battery cover back in. Okay, so let's get to the AM FM capabilities. Come on. Okay, there we go. Let's try out the AM FM capabilities. First AM.
Try to figure out exactly what time everything is and want to be a part of it. Again, to the Facebook page or to the web page would be a good place to go to find out more.
That's correct.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be different, but, you know, we live in times when things are different. But I think studio tours get to see where they work and how they work. I think some of that stuff will really be interesting, and then we get to see and hear from our master blacksmith again. So a lot of the same great things, and hopefully next year, by April of next year, we'll have us a big old blowout, and again, hopefully.
I'm beyond hopeful. So, yes, obviously we want to be on the street. We want to have that physical presence, but we've got to do what we have to do. So we just have to improvise this year and be back to normal hopefully next year, or even in the fall. We hope to have that presence there. The barbecue festival.
So lots coming up in Spruce Pine. So keep an eye on those Facebook pages and on those websites to keep up with what's going on. That's a good place in general, to find out what's happening, and so you can get out and enjoy what you can.
That's right.
Thanks again to our guest today, Libby Phillips of Spruce Pine Main Street. Remember, the virtual Fire on the Mountain Blacksmithing Festival is Saturday, April the 24th. Again, Libby, thank you. And thank you for listening to today's Community Close-Up. And it's time now for Gospel Hymn Time on WTOE.
Yep, WTOE. That was Spruce Pine.
The morning show promises she is gonna get us there this Thursday night in our Girl Talk Live event, and we want you to be a part of it. We want you to be a part of the worship with Laura's story. Be a part of the conversation about expectations and a devotional thought from Carol that somehow is going to have Jolly Ranchers in it. This is a free virtual event, and we want you to be there. It's
also on my
this
index.
coming Thursday. There's still room for you, but don't wait. Get all the details and get registered at thelightfm.org, or I'll send them to you right now. If you text GT
My back
for Girl
hurts.
Talk to 800-293-1069. Let's learn about Jolly Ranchers. Just text GT to 800-293-1069.
Anyways, so yeah, those are the AM/FM capabilities on the Jensen. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and talk about the next feature? So let's go ahead and get into that. Holy shit, this antenna is tall. Ow. My back hurts, like I said. I shall prevail. But yeah, let's get into the build quality. Okay, the build quality on the Jensen SRWS1000. So, first impressions. It looks like a tough and rugged radio. And it is. This particular model is especially tough, but the plastic doesn't feel so tough. One thing I will say is that the Jensen is built exceptionally well. It has an everlasting display. The LEDs are a bit worn out, but that's normal for a radio this old. And I'm surprised that the light bulb hasn't burned out and it still works. That's actually pretty cool. Because these incandescent bulbs do not last long at all. So this thing was probably barely used when Mitchell got it, but it could be newer than I think it is. But as far as I know, it's not really new because, yeah, it looks old. The compass obviously still works. You have your badging and lettering for the FCC, model number SRWS1000 back there, Jensen, and distributed by Spectra Merchandising International. So there you go. The battery cover feels like it's good. The antenna is a little bit flimsy on the top, but that's normal because it's a very tall antenna. The speaker sounds good. The AM/FM capabilities are good. The tuner? The tuner is literally the... Excuse me. The tuner is essentially the frickin', hang on. The tuner is essentially... I'm getting distracted. I'm looking in the radio reviews group DM because of some other stuff related to some possible future episodes, and it's literally distracting me, but, anyways. The Jensen's tuner is very nice sounding, and it sounds like it's going to last for a long, long time. Like, legit. It's gonna be a long time. So. Oh my goodness. But, listen to this. The tuner sounds very nice, and it sounds like it's bulletproof. The AM/FM capabilities and the NOAA weather radio tuning is also very nice. And I think that this is actually a very solid, old-school weather radio, and I think it's going to last for a long time. So yeah, the build quality on the Jensen is good. Okay, in conclusion on the Jensen SRWS1000. Now this radio, it may be a little bit outdated, well, it's a lot of bit outdated, but it still has a lot of cool features today. It has an S.O.S Alarm, it has an S.O.S pattern on the flashlight, it has something that most radios do not have. It has a spare light bulb for the flashlight, which is very insignificant, but for a radio, you don't see that often. You just don't see that. The display is great, and it has some rough edges, but hey, this whole radio has rough edges because it's a Jensen. But as a matter of fact, is this a bad radio because it's outdated? I don't think so. Yes, it's big and bulky, and it has a lot of outdated features, but that's what makes this Jensen unique. Like, for example, the old incandescent bulb flashlight. That is cool. That gives it a sense of nostalgia. Like, that is actually quite cool. And it's even, yeah, it's pretty bright, too. But not that bright, but it's bright. Could have added a hand crank, potentially, on the back, but either way, the Jensen SRWS1000, if you want to buy it for a collector's item, or maybe for even a daily user. Battery's low. Or maybe if you want it just as a daily usable radio. If you want it for either purpose, get one. Because these are better than you think. So, with that in mind, thank you all for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future videos like this. Also, subscribe to MontyCat33 and the Siren Geek for allowing me to hold their radios for a temporary period yet again. And also, give Break Orbit some love, will ya? She doesn't have YouTube, but she is on Discord. And she is a moderator on my server, so yeah. If you're in my server, just show her all the love for participating, because she needs it. So, thank you guys. This is Clay Ranger 143 signing out along with...
An orb.
The Orb. And we will definitely see you guys in another episode of Radio Reviews. So, take care, happy collecting, happy radio reviewing, and we will see you next time.